guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be like a project panning tips, and like I would kind of want to share like my experience project panning. So I started project panning back last year, and last year's year-long project pan was like a total disaster. It was a total fail. But towards the end of the year, I realized what mistakes I was making, which is why I decided to start my UUBE project pan, which would be more like season specific, and it would not just be for makeup but more so for skincare. So my UUBE project pan is mostly for like skincare, bath and body, hair care and stuff like that, and my year-long project pan is dedicated to makeup, because I feel like skincare, since it's more easy to use up, you can use up skincare in like 4 months, but when it comes to makeup, it takes like not just 1 year, sometimes even more than a year to actually use up like a makeup product. So yeah, that is how I divided my like project pans and like categorized stuff, and I kind of realized the mistakes I was making. And this year I feel like I have made a lot of more progress in like shorter amount of time. Even though if you see my project pan updates, which I do monthly now, a lot of updates are not that exciting, but I discover things and I just like constantly make changes, and it's a lot more, I would say, flexible and easier. And I have learned from my mistakes. And I remember one of you guys actually requested in one of my videos being like, share your project panning tips with us and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Because I feel like if you're someone who's getting into project panning, this is like a great video for you to watch, because I feel like when you're starting out, if you have all of these things in mind, it's going to be a lot more easier for you to get into it, and you're not going to feel as discouraged. Because last year, honestly, I felt super duper discouraged, because I didn't probably know the right way to do it, and I was making a lot of mistakes. So yeah, if there was a video like this for me to watch, I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of videos, but it's just that I didn't watch them because I'm dumb like that. But yeah, I just thought that this video would be helpful for you guys, which is why I made this 2-minute long intro just to say that to you. But now let's dive right in, and I'll start with sharing the tips with you guys. So if I keep looking down, it's because I have a paper on the floor in front of me, and I just noted down all the tips because I wanted to make sure that I don't miss out on anything. So yeah, that's that as well. And I have, it's not like a very long list of tips, it's just like 5 like just basic things which I felt like it's important to share with you guys. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that there is nothing unique, and you might probably have heard some of these things in the past as well if you are a dedicated watcher of project pan videos and stuff like that. So yeah, just letting you know that as well, that there is nothing unique or out of the box. It's just the basic essentials is what you need to stick at if you're gonna get into project panning. So yeah, now let's finally get started. And the first tip that I want to share with you guys is, I feel like the most important thing is that when you are starting a project pan and you are selecting products that you want to add into that, don't select products which you just want to like use up. Use products which you add products and use products in your project pans which you actually even use like in real life. Now for example, if there is like a concealer which I don't really like and I add that in my project, don't think that adding it in your project pan is going to magically make you want to use it. I know it happens sometimes, but most of the time, add products in your project pan which you want to use, which you already actually love, and you just want to continue using that regularly, see progress on that and use that up. Now you might just use it up on its own as well, you don't need to add it in a project pan. But just remember one thing, that this is something I actually learned from my last year's project pan, was that I added in foundations without thinking that I don't wear foundations. I wear like foundations 3 or 4 times in a year. I'm not someone who regularly uses foundation, so adding in a foundation in a project pan is not going to make me want to use that, because it's not a part of my everyday routine. So add products in, like this year I think I corrected with that. I added in products which I actually use like every single day, and I was just tracking my progress and seeing like how long it takes me to use up one of those, and to just fasten the progress on the products that I use any which ways is what I'm adding in my project. But I don't add things that I don't actually use. So that is one of the most important things which I think is important when you're starting out, because you need to think about what products you want to actually add in and put a lot of thought into that. So yeah, that would be my first tip. My second tip would be that don't have unrealistic goals, and be very realistic with the goals that you're adding in. Like if you're starting out for the first time, add just like 5 products. Don't think of adding like 15 or 20 products in your project pan. Add like 4 or 5 of your, again, basic essentials, like maybe an eyeliner, a lipstick, a compact powder. If you're someone who uses primer every single day, then add in a primer. maybe add, like, if you are into eyeshadows and if you use eyeshadows every single day, then maybe add like one eyeshadow palette in, and like focus on hitting pan on the eyeshadows that you use like every single day, or maybe like again more frequently rather than others. So yeah, start with less. Don't have unrealistic goals and add like a lot of things in. Another thing would be that this is kind of, I would say, like related to this point, but it's actually the next point, and that would be that add in like a variety of different products in. So this is also related to the point where you need to have realistic goals, is that if you're adding like maybe 5 or 6 products in, don't add 2 or 3 lipsticks. Like for example, if you have like a lot of lipsticks and you want to go through your lipsticks because there is a lot of that you have, and you feel like maybe your lipsticks are going to expire before you were able to use them up or stuff like that, I do get the point. But if you add 3 lipsticks, what it's going to kind of happen is that you're not going to, I mean, your focus gets divided into 3, so it's like 33% of each is what you're going to be using. But if you add just one lipstick in, you're going to use up that lipstick completely. Like if you wear that lipstick like every single day because it's in your project pan, it's going to help you in using up that lipstick completely. And then once you use up that lipstick completely, it's going to motivate you to then move on to the next one. So this is again a mistake that I did last year, is that I added in a lot of lipsticks, and I added a lot of similar lipsticks in. Like this year, I feel like last year I added 6 in, this year I have 4 in, but I have 4 different shades of lipstick. Like I have one bright pink, I have one mauve pink, I have one nude, and then I have one, I would say, like a more pink nude, like a very very neutral pink nude. So I have like a variety of lipsticks in. So it's also important that you don't have like similar products, because if you have 2 products in which are the same category and which are very very similar to each other, your attention is going to get divided into like 50-50. So it's important you have a variety, so that you're also enjoying your project pan, because you can add more lipsticks and you can add 6 lipsticks if you want to, but then add again one brown, one burgundy, one red, one nude, one pink, one maybe another category. So have like a variety, so that even though your focus is getting divided, but you're not gonna, like, I would say you're gonna still be making progress on your project pan because you are using everything. So don't have similar products in, have like a variety, and just be realistic in terms of whether you'll actually be able to use it or not. And just think a lot before you like finally decide that, you know what, this is what my bunch is going to be, and this is what are going to be the projects in the products in my project pan. So yeah, that would be like the second and the third point. The fourth point would be again something which I feel like this is like a very popular tip that you must have heard like a lot, and that was to like multi-use your products. Now for example, if you have like a contour or a bronzer that you're adding in your project, you can also use that as an eyeshadow. Or if you have like a brown eyeshadow and you don't own like bronzers and contours, then you can actually use that eyeshadow as a contour or a bronzer as well. Maybe eyeshadow is like too small for a bronzer, but you can probably use it for contouring. Similarly for blush as well, if you're adding in a blush is one of the things which is the most difficult things to ever use up. So with that, what you can do is you can also use it as an eyeshadow. And another thing which I have done, which I feel like I'm not sure if I want to share it now or whether I'll share it in my project pan update, but I've done something with my blush which was my project pan. If you're watching, if you're following my project pan series, then it's like a kind of a spoiler for you. I'm not going to like tell it, like reveal it completely, because I think I'll save it for the project pan update video. But I have done something with my blush which is going to fasten the process of me finishing it up a lot, and now I'm a lot more optimistic that I'll be able to like use it up. So yeah, definitely stay tuned to my project pan update video, which is gonna come up maybe in a week or 2. So yeah, you're gonna see like a very exciting update in terms of the blush specifically. If you're thinking I've hit pan on it, I've hit pan on it, no I've not. But yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, then you probably, I think, know what I've done, because I did share it in my Instagram stories. But yeah, any which ways, the point is that definitely multi-use your products, because that way you're going to be able to use it a lot better. The only tip that I would tell you, which I feel like a lot of people actually I would say have like an opposite side of like an opinion to this. A lot of people say that you can actually use lipstick as a cream blush, which personally I don't agree with. If you have sensitive skin or oily acne prone skin, I would say that don't do this, because I think it'll end up in breakouts, because that is what has happened with me personally, which is why I never ever recommend that. Because lipstick has I would say the ingredients are comedogenic, which is why it can tend to break you out. But I feel like a lot of people do this and it does not. I mean, it doesn't like clog their pores. So maybe it's like a skin type thing, and it's like different for different people. So maybe you can try it out and see if you think, I mean, if you don't have oily acne prone skin, if you have maybe like more dry skin or something like that, then maybe it might work for you. I'm not too sure. I never ever recommend this, but it's something you can try if you want to. But I personally never ever recommend this. I don't do this myself. I did it like a long time back, maybe like 1.5 to 2 years back or something, and I regretted my decision. So yeah, that is something I'll tell you. So that's the only multi-use tip that I won't recommend. But apart from that, try and like multi-use things as much as you can. And yeah, I hope it works for you. So yeah, that is the 4 main tips that I would want to share with you. But the last tip that I have for you is that don't get into project panning because you feel like it's something a lot of people are doing and it's like a trend, and you want to get on the bandwagon and stuff like that. Because I feel like there are 2 types of people in this world, in the beauty community, and I'm not just talking about like the YouTuber beauty community. I'm talking about people who love makeup and beauty as a whole is what I consider the beauty community, and we're all a part of it. If you're watching this video, you are a part of it as well, and every single beauty YouTuber is also a part of it. So I feel like there are 2 kinds of people in the YouTuber beauty community. One who are into project panning, who are more into like value for money, who want to get use other products, who want to do like makeup inventories, and like just think about the more realistic side of things, think about consumerism and stuff like that. And then on the other side, I feel like we still have a lot of YouTubers and more, I would say, like beauty gurus who get a ton of PR, who are more on the consumerism side of things, where they are I mean, I'm not blaming anyone and saying this in that perspective. Like, there's a very different reason why I'm saying this. So there are more people who are the reason why consumerism exists today, and it's not like I'm playing a blame game or something. Listen to me before you judge me for what I'm saying. So when I talk about these 2 types of people, I feel like the type A that I spoke about, people like me, people who do project pan and stuff like that, and who are more into the realistic and the makeup inventory like side of things, we are more likely and prone to do project pans. But there are also people who cannot use the same makeup every single day, who love trying out new things, who get a lot of things sent in PR, who want to do like reviews all the time, share the new launches, try out like new different things, who can't wear the same lipstick like for 2 days in a row, who have like 1,000 lipsticks in their collection. People like those can never ever do project pans. And even if you are someone who is not a YouTuber, who doesn't get PR sent, but maybe you are I would say more well to do, where you can spend thousands on makeup like every single month or every 2 months or maybe even quarterly, and you tend to buy like new products whenever they launch, and you're just very excited and you're very I would say you want to just try out every single new thing that comes out, and you don't need to be a YouTuber to do that. So if you are someone who really likes trying out like new products constantly, who likes buying new products constantly, and I mean, you're just like a beauty guru who gets PR sent and who has new products regularly sent, I mean, not sent to them, but I mean, if you're similar in that sense, but it's just that you're not an influencer, you're not a YouTuber, but you are very similar in terms of the sense that, again, you like trying out new things and not using the same things again and again, then you're someone who will not be able to do a project pan. And on the other side, if you are someone like me who has like a very consolidated collection, don't have a lot of products, and you're more into like using whatever you have and just like focusing on those products, then you are someone who is more likely to be able to be successful in a project pan. Because again, you have like a designated bunch of products and you don't buy new things every single month or every 3 months or something like that. You're more likely to be able to be successful in a project pan. So know the kind of person you are. So if you are someone who like buys a lot of makeup, then don't fall into the trap of starting to do like a project pan, because it's more likely that you won't be able to be successful in that, and it's gonna kind of dishearten you and like, I feel like really demotivate you. So know the kind of person you are, and only then decide if you want to do a project pan or not. And I feel like for the last one the explanation was like so long, but I just hope I was able to communicate the message really well as to what I was trying to like convey. So yeah, that is pretty much it. Those were all my project pan tips that I want to share with you. And yeah, I think project pan is definitely like a great you know thing that you can do to make sure that you're getting a good use out of what you have. And it's something which I feel like even before I had not like officially started project planning, I was still like kind of into it. I mean, I was not doing it unofficial. I was not doing it officially, but I was kind of doing it like unofficially. It's always been something I did ever since I like started buying makeup. So yeah, it's something which is like super duper close to my heart. And just talking about it, sharing with it, doing project pans, doing updates on my project pans, doing any sort of video related to project pans is something which gives me a lot of happiness, a lot of pleasure. So yeah, I really hope that you found this video helpful, informative, fun to watch. And if you did, then please subscribe to my channel, because it would mean the absolute world to me. And also hit on the bell button which is next to that, because then you will get to know every single time I post a new video. And I'll also leave my social media handle in the description box. I have an Instagram where you can also follow me for additional information, behind the scenes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye bye.